Welcome back. IGN Live, coming to you from the show floor here on Gamescom. It's madness down here. It's time to check in with Star Wars: The Old Republic. Gentlemen, what are the latest updates? I know you announced some new features at the EA press conference the other day.
Yeah, actually we have something coming out next week that we're really excited about. It's Galactic Strongholds, so player housing, and that's going to be hitting the game next Tuesday.
Not Tuesday, okay. I think we've got some footage here that we're going to take a look at.
Yeah.
So, but tell us about the strongholds.
So yeah, players can have individual strongholds they live in, and then Eric, if you want to talk a little bit more about guild opportunities.
Yeah. So one of the great things about Galactic Strongholds is that one of the things that players have been asking for a long time has been housing. It's a big MMO feature. So there's a really cool opportunity that players will not only be able to have their own strongholds, but guilds will be able to have their own strongholds, and even crazier than that is their own flagships. And what's cool about this is this flagship can roam the galaxy, and there's these things that we have called conquest, where you literally conquer planets with your guild, and you will own that planet for a period of time. You'll get all these bonuses and perks out of doing so, and it adds so much more for guilds to do collectively. And the first time you see a guild flagship, you just open them on the bridge. It is the craziest thing you'll see.
Yes. So what are you able to do once you have your stronghold?
I'm really excited about my story. I think right now we're seeing, is this Tatooine? Or no, this is some of the gameplay footage. I'm super excited about decorating my Tatooine stronghold. Yeah. It's iconic planets in the movies, beautiful dual sunset, and a lot of outdoor space that you can put large decorations in. Yeah. Like some of your starships. You have models of the starships that you fly around in space PvP. Any of your mounts you can see serve as decorations as well. So it's going to give a lot of opportunity for me to get in and just kind of work on that interior designer inside of myself.
Yeah.
The one that's been trapped there all along.
Exactly.
And the cool thing is you talked about that, that you're looking forward to decorating on Tatooine because it's a very iconic planet. But the great thing is that the rest of the strongholds that we have are also very iconic. The one that we had just seen in the footage is on Nar Shaddaa. So obviously it's very, very casino, very flashy. And then we also have Dromund Kaas and Coruscant. So if you want to live in the crazy cityscape of Coruscant, you can look out your window and see all the huge skyscrapers on the planet, just beautiful to see.
So you said next Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
You just update the game and then you have access then?
The subscribers will have access to Nar Shaddaa and all of that, and then everybody will have access to all the planets in October, correct?
Yep.
And then here are we just seeing footage of the strongholds? Or
Again, so this is the Nar Shaddaa, sort of the Vegas of Star Wars. You can, as you're playing through the game and you beat operations bosses, you'll get trophies, which sort of capture a screenshot of that boss that then you can place on your walls to show some of your accomplishments in game.
Yeah, and one of the great things that ties into that is that there are basically any way that you play the game. If you could be any type of player. You could be casual, you could be a crafter, you could be an operations player, a big ranked PvP player. From every single thing in the game, there will be decorations for your stronghold.
Absolutely.
And there'll be decorations that are chase items, if you will, things that you want to strive for in that specific play style. So if you are that really hardcore PvPer, when someone comes to your stronghold or you invite friends in your stronghold, they'll know right when they come into your house, this guy's serious. This guy definitely has, he has a trophy because he was, top of the ranked of season 2 or whatever, something like that.
And same for crafting. We allow you to craft a lot of the decorations, or get access to vendors that you can put inside your stronghold to make things a little more convenient for you to get things.
The Tatooine homestead that we just saw there.
Correct.
And you can see one of the great things is that it's not only it goes from the craziest things like the Crazy Dragon skull on the wall to Sibling having all different types of beds and chairs and when you jump in for the first time, you'll have an idea of how you want to decorate your house, and then before you know it, you'll be 8 hours later, and you're still sitting there tweaking the placement of how you want to rotate that chair against
this table needs to be a 90-degree angle.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of freedom and different styles for players to use, for sure. You can go crazy with wild decorations, or you can keep it pretty basic and make it look like a normal kitchen area or whatever. So
a normal kitchen area in the Star Wars universe.
Exactly.
Tell me about the general status of the Old Republic. It's almost coming on 2 years, almost. Is that right?
Gosh, it's been that.
Yeah.
Time flies.
I know, right?
It's doing great. We have about 1 million players every month logging into the game right now. Our transition to free-to-play was a huge success for us. We're adding content really regularly. We had Starfighter that came out last spring.
Yeah.
And then we have Strongholds coming out next week. And then following that, within the calendar year, we're going to have another really big update hitting the game.
Did you see a surge in interest when the new Star Wars movies were announced?
For sure.
It seems like Star Wars is back in a big way now.
Yeah.
And now we're just going to be getting Star Wars stuff all the time.
For sure. Yeah. And those people are starting to check out the game and hopefully sticking around.
Yeah.
One of the other nice things about 2.9, because Corey had mentioned that there's a lot of content coming, is that also along with Galactic Strongholds, we're also releasing a new Flashpoint, which is Manon, and that's part of a new storyline that we've had called the Forged Alliance storyline. It's going to be going out throughout the entire year, and it's leading to what Corey alluded to. There's some big things coming at the end of the year, which we're going to be talking about in the next few weeks. And we know that our players especially have been asking constantly, when are we going to find out more about what's coming after Strongholds? And the answer is pretty soon. Pretty soon.
That's good to know. That's good to know. That's very exciting.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about the new movies? You guys
I'm excited. I'm really excited, yeah.
Do you like J.J. Abrams? You guys are down with him?
Yeah, no, I like him. I love what he did with the Star Trek. And
I did too.
Doing, so.
I really like both Star Trek movies, so it's great.
And I love what Disney has done with all the Marvel films, so I'm really excited about that partnership and what they can do.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
That's kind of like you said. I mean, I think the nerd culture seems to be really, really on board with Star Wars.
Well, yeah.
Not that I don't know that it ever stopped,
No,
right?
yeah,
That never stopped, but the peak got higher.
Yeah.
And it's been really cool. It is definitely a cool time.
It's going to be good. Is this the footage we've already seen, or what are we seeing here?
Yeah. So the great thing, this is actual gameplay inside of I'm
like
guessing from one of our I'm assuming from one of our live streams. So what you're seeing here is exactly how you edit your stronghold. Each one of those areas is individual hooks where you can place items. And the great thing is that if you see there's that bigger blue area and then individual green hooks inside of it, one of the greatest things about our system is that you can actually select that area of hooks and modify the layout. So let's
right
say,
there, the layout tab at the top, and you click that, and you can change what's inside of that, the placement of the.
So you can place a big table in the middle, and then you have a bunch of smaller things around the sides. You can place a bunch of chairs, and you're like, no, I don't really like that. I just want one really big one because I want to put a fountain in the middle of my house for some reason. Those are all the customization options that you have.
Wait, are you saying you don't have a fountain in the middle of your house?
No, I don't. But I want one.
I thought everybody did.
And now I can have one. And then once you've placed something, you have a lot of freedom in how you can rotate it, you can offset it in different directions. Like I said before, this is how you end up spending hours and hours and hours decorating your stronghold. Because it's not just about placing your table and chairs, it's about placing them and then making sure it's exactly in the right precision position that you always wanted it to be.
You can rotate it, you can nudge it slightly to the left, to the front and back, and do you want all your chairs pushed in, or do you want them kind of pulled out?
You want it just so.
Exactly.
So.
Yep.
Can you go shopping for items, or do you have to collect items from quests? Do you have to craft items?
It's all of those things.
All of these things.
We've put these decorations into every channel in the game, so there's things that you'll get through play the game as rewards, there's things you'll craft, there's things you can buy in the cartel market.
Do you have a favorite piece of furniture or artwork that you
Absolutely. Undoubtedly, my favorite of all the decorations, there's a light. It's just like a small beacon that sits up, and there's a red siren light on it that is awesomely obnoxious, and it spins. We did a live stream a while ago, and at the end of the last clip you saw there's a big stairwell that leads down on a corner, and I put those red lights on every single hook that I could put it in on the entire stairwell. So when you walked into my stronghold, you just saw this just flashing red lights coming from this stairwell. You should also know that I am the worst strongholds decorator on this planet.
It's becoming
true. I
guarantee you, it is absolutely terrible. But that's by far my favorite decoration.
How would you have your favorite item?
Oh, for me, it's there's a couple of different things. I love we saw it on there, the crate dragon skull for the wall, and then but I really like there's these neon signs of the Bith musicians, you know the guys in the movies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So there's two that you can place those and kind of angle them and move them around. And
I saw the big Jabba the Hutt gold statue as well. What are some of the other characters that people would recognize or items like that?
Well, there's a statue of the Emperor. There's a lot of old artifacts that you would find around Korriban or any of the other planets.
There are different types of mercenaries trapped in carbonite.
Yeah.
You can put on your wall. And for anyone that's a big Star Wars: The Old Republic player, one of the cool things is you can actually put your companions in your stronghold. And they will look how they look as you have them decorated. So as you have them decorated, as the armor you have on them. So one of the great things is that you will basically always have your own play experience with you as you go through these strongholds. And like what you saw before was that gold statue is of Karaga.
Correct.
Right. It's from Karaga. It's from Karaga's palace, and you get that, I assume, through
the operation.
Through actually defeating him in an operation, and it's a drop. So it's another one of those things where it's a really iconic thing because it's an operations boss, and it'll have huge amounts of nostalgia for you.
Right, and a lot of bragging rights of like, I got this the hard way, right? I earned it. So
that's right. And it's the same thing with you can place all of your mini pets. You can place your mounts in vehicles. So, for example, if you were one of the top players during Season 1 of Ranked Arenas, you have a Rancor mount that has lights and armor on him. It looks amazing, and you place that in your stronghold. And that is, anyone who comes into your stronghold will see that and will immediately know what it is and where you got it from.
Well, it's got to set mine by the door like a bouncer. That's going to standing there.
And there's also guards in case you want to have that
and
too.
then use NPCs you can place. So
to be like dancers, there's Jawas that are vendors. I mean, you ask about the iconic thing. The beautiful thing is that Star Wars, everything is iconic about Star Wars, right? So every decoration, maybe not some of the chairs, but most of the stuff is really iconic. It's a great thing.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming by the show.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Strongholds come to Star Wars Old Republic on Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Cool. Look forward to it. Stay tuned. Lots more to come from IGN Live at Gamescom, presented by Dead Island 2, right after these messages.